Hi, friends. Here we are again at the Rachelle Cafe. Give some credits to our beautiful Rachelle Cafe with the beach in our background. Welcome to spending time with us again. And here we are right after Purim, waiting for Pesach around the corner. Isn't that great, huh? Aren't we all excited for all the cleaning?
And as it is, the whole world is under a lot of stress right now. There's so much change happening in the world, and our hostages are still being held in Gaza.
For the second Pesach already.
And there's dissent in the government. And so Pesach, which should usually be a time of concentrating on getting rid of our inner chametz, it's become another thing that we're stressed about. So Miriam is going to give us some...
Which should be exactly the opposite. We should be coming out of our spiritual, mental slavery, right? And here instead it gets us into this extra stress, right? Extra slavery.
Yep. So how can you alleviate some of that stress that we're under, Miriam?
Well, first of all, we have to remember that all the laws of Pesach are not as severe as we've been taught in school. I mean, we do want to get rid of the chametz, but in the end, we're selling the chametz, and any chametz that has been left in our possessions and we are not mindful of it. It's like it's hidden away, and we don't care about it for the week, and we've sold it with our selling of the chametz. It's halachically not ours. So it's halachically not ours, and therefore it's mentally not ours, it's mindfully not ours. And think about it also on spiritual levels, right? It's like I've done my best to clean out the chametz, but the question is, while I've been cleaning my physical chametz out of the house, have I been also cleaning my emotional, spiritual chametz out of my heart?
Now, what I think a lot of people don't know, what is actually considered chametz? What is it you can't have in your house?
Chametz is, number one, it's bread.
Right.
But basically any flour that can have yeast in it and rice, right, or pasta or anything like that has already risen, right, is like is chametz.
Okay.
So you can't have pasta around the house. You can't have bread. You can't have bagels, and you don't want to have flour either, because some water might, touch it during Pesach and make it into chametz in your house. Flour as is isn't chametz, but you don't want to take the chances that it will become chametz. So okay.
Like the candy that I have, or the tomatoes.
I don't know. You don't know what the ingredients in your candy is.
There you go. Then I can start getting
right. But so basically, you do need to either go through your closets and get rid of it.
Okay.
Or close all these closets that you haven't got time to deal with.
Right.
Write chametz on them. Maybe there is no chametz there, but for you, there are chametz because you haven't gone through them.
Okay.
Close them, sell them. Write that those in this, the right closet on the right side, the top closet is sold. It's not mine. And for the next week, it's not yours. Exactly.
Okay.
If you want to be even, if you want to do more than that, throw it all in a box, put it in your storage, or put it outside, whatever you want to do. You want to deal with it, you don't want to deal with it. But like if you're really not, physically equipped to dealing with all your closets now, just, decide that those particular closets you're not touching for this 1 week. You're selling them in your chametz selling process.
Okay.
Even if it's 80% of your kitchen.
Right.
If you decide that all you clean is the counter and one closet for your Pesach dishes, right? And one closet for your foods for Pesach, right?
I put everything on the counter I'm going to use.
Okay, whatever. If for 1 week you decide that you want to have a mess on your counter, and that's preferable for you because you don't want to deal with all of that, and you sell everything else. You sell half the house, you sell. Okay, as long as you don't have chametz on your floors, halachically you're supposed to sweep the floor. Okay, so today we do a little more than sweeping the floor.
Right.
We wash the floor.
Right.
Back in the days when the halacha was written and people had basically dirt, dust, They didn't have real floors up until
Right.
100 years ago, right?
Right. True.
So all you needed to do halakhically is sweep the floor. Today we wash the floor,
Right.
right? And anything that is not the halakhic definition that anything that a dog wouldn't eat is not considered chametz. So think about it. And once you've sprayed with all our, cleaning detergents today, it's like which dog is going to snoof it even, right?
Yes.
So I mean, even our dogs are more spoiled than we are these days.
Okay, I just wanted to give people an idea of what chametz really is. You know.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Great.
So then the other thing is that if we're mentally so stressed and we don't have time, we become hostile and negative towards our family, towards other people, towards ourselves even, because we're so stressed with cleaning out and we basically not dealing with the cleaning of our hearts,
Which is what we're supposed to be doing.
which is what we're supposed to be doing. Really, while we're cleaning every shelf, and this is what is described so beautifully in so many Jewish books, how the holy sages used to clean while they're thinking with every shelf, how they're cleaning their hearts, right? But if
Yes.
we're thinking only about the shelf and we're not thinking about the hearts, and meanwhile we're fighting with the whole family, and we're neglecting our children, neglecting our spouses, neglecting the beauty of the spring, neglecting the beauty of life, and just our, it's like it's crazy to think that the most psychiatric hospitalizations in the Jewish world are happening around the holidays. It should be exactly the other way around.
A relief.
It should be a relief. It should be exactly. We should be coming out to freedom. And instead we're enslaving ourselves, while the halacha is not enslaving us. The halacha is very simple. We can get away with the halachic foundation. If you want to do extra, wonderful. But don't say that you're doing it for God. Say that you're doing a spring cleaning. And this is not the time to do your spring cleaning. If you want to do your spring cleaning with your Pesach cleaning, and you started early enough, and you're that kind of person, or energy, you have enough energy and you have enough time, or you have enough cleaning ladies, whatever it is, and you want to do that, great, be my
Enough
guest,
washing
right?
machines.
But first of all, don't judge each other for someone else not doing as much as you're doing, because
Definitely.
that's pure chametz that is left in our hearts if we do that.
Yeah.
And don't judge ourselves even so harshly. Reb Nachman talks so much about not judging ourselves too harshly about what we do and don't do in life. Learning to love ourselves and learning to respect our deficiencies, our boundaries, our whatever we can and cannot do. And every year there's more than we can do. There's less than we can do.
Yeah.
We're stronger. We're weaker. It's like for Tisha B'av, I once heard this rabbi say to God, he wasn't allowed to fast on Tisha B'av, and he said, every year I served you with fasting. This year I'm going to serve you on Tisha B'av with eating. Right?
Yeah,
it's like
that's the attitude.
Right, like ask, what can I do and what I cannot do realistically, and I can still get away with it with the halacha. Really, what I want to do is sweep the floor, clean the counter, make sure I can cook something for myself, so it means clean my burners,
Right.
clean my microwave if I have a microwave, which is really the easiest thing in the world to wipe off a microwave. Turn it on for 1 minute with hot water in it. I mean, with water, a cup of water.
Only a minute? I thought it was like
maybe it's
minutes.
A few minutes, whatever it takes to boil a cup of water in the microwave.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And if you want to clean out your stove, the stove is already a bit of a bigger problem. Obviously the refrigerator you have to clean out.
I know.
But really, how long does it take, to clean out our refrigerator? It's like it's more.
2 hours.
Okay, maybe less, maybe more. Maybe you can do one shelf every day this week. Right. Just go from the up down. So sorry, from the up down, right? So the up becomes your clean for Pesach.
Yeah.
Right, and then eventually only one shelf is left chametz by the end of the week. You've eaten everything.
Right.
Only one shelf is left dirty for the end of the week, and you only have to do that right before Shabbos. So you don't think about the whole refrigerator. If you don't have strength to do the whole refrigerator as one set, do it partially.
Okay. All right. So I think that that will hopefully help people who are beating themselves up because I don't think we even realize how much additional stress we have on us now.
Right.
Things are changing so quickly. I know I said this already, but like I have a friend in the States. You know, I posted that my ex-husband had passed, and she said, I haven't been able to get onto WhatsApp. I didn't even know because I'm so stressed about what's happening to the democracy in the United States. There are people that are so stressed about what's
Well,
happening.
if they weren't watching the news, they wouldn't be so stressed.
Yeah, I know.
That's
It's
my answer
true.
to
It's
that.
true. But, it's not something they have any control over.
Right, right. Yeah.
So,
So,
people are going to
yeah.
have to refocus their priorities on what's really important. What are they doing? Their soul? What are they doing for their soul?
Right, right. That's the most important thing is to think how we're cleaning out our hearts, how we're cleaning out ourselves energetically, how we're not becoming slaves to what the society expects of us or even what religion expects of us. Because the religion, Hashem is, like this is the whole basically discussion between Moshe and Hashem. When Moshe says to Hashem, clear me out from this book if you're going to erase the people. Basically, Moshe says to Hashem, the people is the most important thing. And in the end, what happens is really Hashem agrees with him. So
The people are what's most important.
The Torah comes to serve the people. Yes, we are serving the Torah,
Yeah.
but the Torah comes to teach us how to live a good life,
Yes.
not how to enslave us. This is why when we when we do Shmoneh Esrei and we bow at Baruch Atah Hashem at Magen Avraham, we bow with Baruch Atah and we get up at Hashem. Why? Because Hashem says, "You bow to me and I lift you up. I don't allow you to stay bowed. I don't allow you to stay um,
Bent over.
Bent over, right? Hashem wants to lift our spirits up, not bend ourselves.
And that's one of the blessings in the morning. We ask.
Yeah, 3 times a day. That's one Esrei, right?
And also the 18 blessings. One of the 18
Right.
blessings is God
Right.
lifts up the bent or whatever.
Exactly. And lifts us up our spirits and lifts up our self-confidence, right?
Yeah.
If Judaism takes away your self-confidence, if you allow Judaism to take away your self-confidence, if we allow Judaism to take away our spirit, we're not using Judaism in the way God intended.
Definitely. And we needed you to come here today and get our heads on straight.
So I wish everyone a wonderful, wonderful Pesach, and hopefully we'll have another sometime to put on something again before Pesach. Have a wonderful day and enjoy your cleaning
And chill.
and chill and go see the sun and listen to the birds and go to the beach and do something that will lift up your spirit because this is really what it's all about. See ya.